Oh, hello there. Yes, Thursday. Luckily not at work today, which is good. I could do with a day off. Yeah, just wanted to sort of touch on issues in and around anti-Semitism and the Labour Party. A couple of things have caught my eye recently. The primary one is the curious story of Diana Nelson, an 82-year-old Jewish woman who is being investigated yet again by the Labour Party for anti-Semitism. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm surprised that somebody who's Jewish could be anti-Semitic. Anyone care to ask me how that works? Well, in the Labour Party, it does, of course, because we now have a structure within the party whereby if you say things about Israel, you are anti-Semitic no matter what. So I thought today we might say a few things about Israel. Just want to play you this clip as well. I have some time for Ken Livingstone, who has been vilified as a human being throughout most of my life. But I thought his take, in particular, when he was interviewed, about anti-Semitism was true, and about racism within the Labour Party. Let's watch that.
Of course, we now know this was nothing to do with anti-Semitism. It was the desire to get rid of the then Labour leader, Jeremy Corbyn. And in actual fact, the week I suspended, 80 Jewish Labour Party members published a letter in The Guardian saying in all their hundreds of years in the party, they'd never heard or seen anything anti-Semitic. And in all my 52 years since I joined the Labour Party, I only ever heard one racist comment. That was back in 1950, a white man who was one of our members complaining about the song Young, Gifted and Black. I mean, the simple fact is, if you're anti-Semitic or racist, you're not going to join the Labour Party, because we've been a political homeland for the Jewish community for almost a century, and all the other communities that have migrated here to Britain.
Right, yeah, I have to agree with him. Whenever I have discussions about anti-Semitism in the Labour Party, I always say to people, I've never met an anti-Semite in the Labour Party, and I've been involved in the Labour Party on and off since the early 1980s. Either I'm lying, most likely, or you just don't. And Kenny's right, you don't meet racists in the Labour Party. It's not a natural home. You meet plenty of racist Lib Dems, you meet an awful lot of racist Tories. Goes with the territory, doesn't it, eh? And the further right you go politically, then obviously, you know, it's guaranteed, isn't it? You know, it's guaranteed. It goes hand in hand with all those other brilliant political things in modern Britain. Anyway, leaving that aside, yeah, I mean, how is it that we've reached a point in the party whereby we cannot stand in solidarity with the Palestinian members of the Labour Party, because that would be racist? Anyway, I still reserve the right to criticise the state of Israel. Speaking of which, news today that Christians in Jerusalem are being persecuted by zealots, or radical people. The Jerusalem Post and others don't really sort of state exactly who these people are, but I'm just guessing they might be the majority population in the state of Israel. And yes, I'm wondering just how much we won't hear about that in our delicious mainstream media, because it doesn't fit a particular narrative, does it? Either that, or maybe it's a lot of Labour Party members who've gone on holiday and are taking some time out in Jerusalem to harass religious minorities. Strikes me as unlikely. Anyway, there you go. Yeah. State of Israel. Apartheid state. Racist state. That's what you get, folks. Yeah. The Israeli ambassador will come on and swear blind that it's a bastion of decency and democracy. I think it's just another Middle Eastern state, and is stuck in that mindset. Anywho, have a lovely day, Thursday. No doubt I'll post a bit later on if I can get rid of my sniffles. Oh dear. Yeah. Take care.